Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. What are the 12 things you need to know about pornography? The 12 effects of pornography. I'm Gwendolyn Hallett, a seasoned medical professional, and I'm popularly known as the medical professional with the difference because I bring you the juice from the source. If you're a returning subscriber, this is me saying Te amo, je t'aime, tu me manques. And if you just hopped on this channel or on this video, join the family by clicking on the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell, commenting, liking, and sharing. I love you too. Welcome back. We'll be talking about 12 effects of pornography. It is important for us to know that pornography is also known as porn or blue movies. Pornography has been proven by several research articles and scientists to affect the brain cells. In fact, it reduces your capacity to focus and it reduces productivity. So, what is the first effect or side effect of watching porn or pornography? Number one is that it reduces sexual intimacy with your spouse. While you're watching pornography, remember that your mind is a very powerful tool. You can actually train your mind and your body would follow. So most times what you focus on with your eyes, you can actually focus on it and it becomes a reality. For example, if you envision yourself being a billionaire in the future or being a medical doctor or being a pilot, you're focused on it. It will become a reality in less than a few years or a few months, determined on your output, on your input, and on a lot of things that you are doing to achieve that dream or that image that you have in your mind. It's the same thing with pornography. The man or the woman that you're watching in the video gradually becomes your reality. You desire to be with that person. So your physical spouse that you have at home, you don't feel attracted to the person, and even having sexual desires towards the person gradually fades away or it doesn't exist at some point. So it's very important that when we notice that we have started having less affection, less desire, less intimacy with our spouse is as a result of pornography. The second point is change of sexual belief or sexual orientation. When you start to watch a particular genre of pornography, either it's same-sex, either it's trans, either it's with toys, either it's with physical torture, your orientation, your beliefs, the principles of your lives begin to change, because you start looking at that type of sex as being pleasurable or something you want to indulge in or engage in. And this may not be something that your partner is interested in or wants to get involved in, or something that you guys agreed from the beginning of your relationship. So times will come, you start wanting to include toys, include vibrators, include a lot of things that are strange to your partner, and your partner will start losing interest in you. And this is what happens as well. You will find a male or a female will get up and tell their spouse that they want an open marriage, or they will say they want a threesome, or they want to say they start becoming bisexuals. This is how it starts, because what you are watching on the video now takes over your mind, and it becomes a reality to you. It becomes like something you're trying to so much achieve that you forget that life is not green on the other side, that the spouse you have been with is just perfect. In fact, all the intimacy you've had with your spouse or pleasant moments you've had with your spouse, you now look at it like, it wasn't fun. You start looking at your spouse like your spouse is not the thing you wanted all your life, the thing that you desired all your life, or the thing that will make you be satisfied. And the deluded thinking or the deluded perception about pornography is that we think that the person in the video is real. we forget that it's just acting. We forget that there's a lot of video editing. You will find a lady who will look at her man's manhood and think that it's small or it's too big, and just because of the image that she has seen on a porn movie. You will find a man who will look at a woman in a porn movie and think that maybe, you know, my wife's womanhood or her breasts are not perky enough. You start losing affection for your spouse. Point number 3, it always leads to masturbation. Everybody who has watched porn always gets into masturbation. Masturbation is you deceiving yourself or thinking that, you know, if I do this while watching this video or while looking at this video, this is the girl in my mind, because the girl's image is in your mind. The man's image is in your mind, and you are thinking that, oh, while masturbating or having an orgasm, you're actually having that intimacy with that fictional image in your head. This is why if a man or a woman has a spouse who is addicted to pornography, they automatically feel like their spouse is cheating. And that is for a fact. Because your attention, your emotion is directed towards that fictional image that you have in your mind. Point number 4, less sexual satisfaction. In fact, everything your spouse does for you, whether it's in bed or out of bed, you don't appreciate it. And when it comes to sexual satisfaction, you begin to look at your spouse like not the image that you found in the video or that you see in the picture that you have on your phone or in the magazine or on the internet. And what happens is, while you're even being intimate with your spouse, the image of that person pops into your mind. And when the person is not giving you the same styles, the same pleasure like what you saw in the video, you begin to think that your spouse is not up to the task. So what happens is you don't put effort, you don't make an effort to bring your spouse to an orgasm or to make sure that you please your spouse at it as it should be. What you are more interested in is being alone, masturbating, watching another movie with that same man or woman and seeing how you can get to climax with a fictional image in your head. Point number 5 is anyone who watches pornography always ends up into masturbation, and in the long run you begin to have a spirit husband and a spirit wife. That's what we call incubus and succubus. And you start to see snakes in your dream. Whenever you start seeing snakes in your dream, then you have a spirit husband and a spirit wife. And most times, this spirit husband or spirit wife would use the image of somebody you desire or that you have affection for. Either it's through a porn video or using the image of your wife or your husband to come and sleep with you. So that is how you find yourself while dreaming you're having orgasms, but with your physical spouse you don't have orgasms, or you're always having pain during sex, you are finding sex unpleasurable, you're always tired when it comes to having intimacy with your physical spouse because you are getting all the satisfaction from the spirit husband and the spirit wife that you are having in the dream. In fact, they give you so much pleasure that they can make you come 3-4 times in a row. Maybe if you're a lady and you have never had an orgasm, they can make you reach climax. So this is what actually happens when you get into pornography, into masturbation. You automatically get attached by Satan to a serpent that is either a male or a female. If you are used to watching videos of, let me say, bisexuals or same sex, that is what you'll be experiencing in your dream. You'll find yourself being with that kind of person or being in a sex scene that you desire. And trust me, when you get up, how you will know that it is evil or it's not good is when you get up, you don't feel happy, you don't feel satisfied, you feel drained. You feel like a part of you has life has left you, power, virtue has left you. You feel that something has been sucked out of you every time you get intimate with that spirit husband or spirit wife in the dream. And as time goes on, you will realize that that spirit husband or spirit wife would make sure that you hate your physical spouse. That's what actually happens. They would afflict your children. If you have physical children, they will afflict your spouse physically. They will cause financial problems. In fact, they will do everything to make sure that you separate from your physical spouse. Point number 6 is pornography increases lust and promiscuity. Anybody who is into pornography or into porn is very lustful. They are never satisfied sexually. Even if they have sex 16 times with 16 different women, physically they are not satisfied. Even if they are given the guy that they've always wanted or the woman that they've always wanted with the body that they have always desired to sleep with, they are never satisfied. That's because there is some form of fiction or mind control that is taking over that person. The person is drawn into satisfying a desire or a thought or a feeling that doesn't exist and that is not real. So what is important is, if you notice that you are with somebody and you are lustful, you are always looking at other women, appreciating other women, it's because of the pornography you have been watching. If you notice that you cannot stay with one partner, you are married and you're always having a man outside, you're having a woman outside, or you're sleeping with same sex, or you're interested in threesomes, that means that pornography has messed up your mental health. Pornography causes you to isolate yourself. Yes, it gives you the feeling that there's this mind control that gives you the feeling that nobody understands you. And especially if you're looking for sexual satisfaction, you will feel that the world does not understand you and you feel rejected. You find more pleasure being alone, having your hand always in your pants, always trying to masturbate, finding yourself always trying to watch videos, trying to watch nude images to satisfy a desire that is not real and that is fictional. And this isolation could actually lead to low esteem, depression, and a lot more. Many who are involved in pornography always contact sexually transmitted diseases. And why is that so? Because while watching pornography movies or images or looking at the images, you see images of genitalia or genitals that have been expanded or edited to suit your desire. And not that, what you see in the video is that they are not using condoms. They're not carrying out protected sex. So you live with the desire thinking that using a condom or having protected sex or being sexually pure or abstinent is deluded because you are not enjoying the real deal. So many people who are involved in pornography always end up with sexually transmitted diseases because they'll be looking at oral sex, anal sex in a different way. They'll think it's okay to go about having sex, oral sex and anal sex, and even also genital sex without protection with people that they don't know, even out of their marriage. And this is not good. Without going for tests, without even making sure that they protect themselves. I'm all in for abstinence. I believe that people should abstain, especially ladies, because when ladies sleep with more men, they lose more. Ladies are always, we females are always on the losing end when we sleep with a lot of men. And it's also the same for a man. When you sleep with a lot of women, you lose energy, you lose power, you lose a life, because that's not the way God had made it to be. The more men a woman sleeps with, the more she's unable to attach herself to her husband emotionally and even mentally. Because with the woman, we need our emotions and our mind to connect with our spouse in order to enjoy sex with our spouse. So this is one of the pitfalls of pornography. The 9th point is mental health issues. It leads to mental health issues, memory loss. The person cannot control their thoughts, cannot control their mind. In fact, their memory is shaking. One of the things you will notice with people who are into pornography is all their dreams are pornographic. They end up sleeping with people all through their dreams, and their dreams always leave them losing their peace. They always lose their peace. Like when they get up, they feel like something off happened to them, and most times they can't even remember the dreams. Sometimes they cannot remember the dreams because your brain, your mind has been taken over by these spirits, these evil spirits that you encountered through watching pornography. These evil spirits begin to take over your mind, and even sometimes when you are focused at work on things that you're supposed to do, your mind is taken off. These evil spirits begin to plant thoughts, transmit thoughts, and project thoughts into your mind. Thoughts of nudity, thoughts of sexual immorality, images of a past scene of a porn movie of an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. In fact, you can no longer focus on the things that matter in your life. If you're a business person, you will lose a lot of money because your mind, your thoughts are no longer under your control. One very interesting effect of pornography is the victim is always on drugs, always has health issues. Yes. These spirits that you encounter, these evil spirits that you encounter through pornography, through watching pornography. And how do you encounter them? Your eyes is a gate, your ears are gates to your soul. So whatever you allow to go through your eyes, your visuals, or through your ears into your soul takes control of your mind. Because your mind is part of your soul, your emotions, your feelings, your willpower. So it's important to know that once you begin to project your eyes on pornography movies or pictures, you actually allow those evil spirits to open those gates. Now, when those gates are open, now they take control of your soul, your spirit, and even your body. So what happens is it's very possible, and it's possible for them to always afflict you either with a sexually transmitted disease or with a health issue that could come from mental problems. You will have mental problems, depression, that you could have high blood pressure because of too many things going on in your spirit. You don't have peace in your spirit. And trust me, one of the things that guarantees good health or well-being in any human being, any human, is a sound mental health. You can overcome a lot of things and accomplish a lot of things, even infirmities, if you have sound mental health, because your mind is a very powerful tool. But if you don't have control over your mind, then there is a problem. So this actually always keeps the victim in the hospital. Most times they are on pills, on drugs, on injections, either trying to prevent these, either trying to treat these, either going for a checkup, and these drains their finances. The 11th point is a porn victim or somebody who is into porn can't be accountable for their finances. They actually spend on stuff that they can't remember because your mind, your thoughts, your memory is taken over by this spirit, by this fictional character, this demon in your mind. So what happens is when your mind is taken over, you can't remember what you have spent on. And also your health. You spend a lot of money on your health. You spend a lot of money maybe subscribing to websites where you could watch more. The addiction is so deep. There's no satisfaction. You keep investing in gadgets that you can watch good videos into, paying subscriptions on channels on your satellite because you want to be in connection with that image or that character you have in your mind. You begin to go out to pay for prostitutes, whether it's male or female. You want to get into things that you have seen on porn videos, on porn pictures. You want to go to the sex shop, buy this, buy that, and that lifestyle becomes so expensive. So expensive. Victims of pornography always end up in homosexuality, bisexuality, trans, binary fluidity, and a lot more. How does that happen? Because you don't have control over your mind, over your thoughts, over your memory, and constantly, spiritually, when you are having intimacy with a spirit husband or a spirit wife in your dream, what happens is that person begins to live in your body. Now, when that person lives in your body, now, you start being attracted to a physical person who is of the same sex like you. And so you will be wondering, why am I a female and I'm attracted to another female? That's because the spirit husband that is in you is looking at another physical woman and making you, who is physical, be attracted to that other physical woman. In fact, whatever you invest your time in, whatever you invest your energy on, feeding your spirit with, your mind with, your thought with, is what takes over you. This is how you get into all this binary fluidity. It takes over you. Ask anybody who is into binary fluidity, trans, bisexuality, or homosexuality. Ask them if they were ever involved in pornography and masturbation. Pornography first. And if they tell you yes, then you would understand that that is how it started. The spirits entered them through pornography. The spirit of mind control, of mental orientation entered them, altered their thinking, altered their mentality. The spirit of homosexuality went in, the spirit of bisexuality, the spirit of trans, the spirit of you not liking yourself, rejecting yourself came in. So this is what happened. One of the main side effects of pornography is that it makes sure that you reject the things that matter to you. And the first is yourself, your spouse, your children, the responsibilities that you're supposed to be carrying out as a sound and a human being that has greatness, that has glory upon your life, is stripped off through these spirits that we encounter through pornography. So I want to tell you that if you're being into pornography and you are experiencing any of this, there is hope. So stay tuned for our next video, and I'll be dishing to you how you can get out of these effects that I have mentioned. Till next time, I remain your seasoned professional, medical professional, Gwendolyn Haller. Bye-bye.